Hey friends, welcome back. Listen, if you've been watching me and Jerry breaking it all down on the game of flipping and how to get in, today we're going to be jamming on this concept of I've found a deal, now how do I find my cash buyer? So Jerry, listen, they watched one of our other videos, they got a fantastic deal and they're saying, okay, I don't want to be the flipper on it. I don't want to do all of the work on it. I like Kris's least money, least time, least effort. Let's just get this thing done. Let's get paid some quick money. How do they actually find someone that is willing to pay them for that? How do they do it?
Okay, well, great. Well, first of all, I want you to know that there are investors out there that are looking for deals. A lot of them, like landlords and even a lot of fix and flippers, they're kind of lazy, right? They don't want to have to go through all the work to find that good deal. They would love it if someone just brought it to them and handed it to them on a silver platter, which is what we're talking about, wholesaling. So these investors, they're out there and they want these deals. And let me share with you, I've got a ninja tactic, one of my favorite strategies. It works really well. Let me share it.
Well, okay, so this is cool. So what you're gonna actually do is you're gonna tell us where we go to find people with cash that will fund your deals.
Yeah, good point. So first of all, your buyer, you want to be what we call a cash buyer or a cash investor. And basically what that means is these are dudes with, or dudettes, I guess. These are people with money and they're looking for deals. It's either their money or they've got funding behind them and they come in with that cash and they buy these deals.
Dude, you know what I love about cash buyers? Cash buyers can perform.
Oh yeah.
If you're trying to well, I'm waiting for the bank to, maybe the loan will go through. Dude, there's so many reasons why that won't work in a number of scenarios. So if you have someone that, anytime you hear that you're transacting real estate and your buyer has cash, all of a sudden your stress level is
closes quickly.
They'll close quickly.
Yeah. Don't worry about repairs.
You're not going to worry about whether the banks say that you're qualified or not. They've got the money and they're ready to go. So how do you find them?
Okay, so here's a really, really awesome ninja tactic. So on the MLS, which is the multiple listing service, right? That's what we call on market, right? So that's transactions that happen where real estate agents are involved.
And just for those of you that are watching, you're like, MLS, what are you talking about, dude? There is on the internet, all around America and most places around the world, each county or area, there's many of them. What they basically do is all the realtors get together and they say, hey, let's take all the deals for the whole area and let's put them in one location. So someone could go online or work with a realtor and we can all see each other's deals. Yeah. That's the multiple listing service. So you basically go to that website for your area or work through a realtor and on that device, that tool, what are you searching for?
Well, here's what happens. Every time there's a closing transaction, this is all transactions, there's a field there which they indicate how it was paid for. So it could be, FHA, it could be conventional, it could be VA.
Those are all loans.
Yeah, those are all types of loans. And one of the categories is cash. So it actually says on there, cash, meaning that buyer who bought that property paid for cash to buy it.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Nope.
Are you going back and doing a search in that area for all the cash buyers?
That's exactly
And you get all their contact information?
It gets better than that. So imagine this. You've got a deal. Now imagine it's on a pin on a map.
Okay, this is, when you said ninja, I'm like, I don't know, we'll find out. Okay, on the 1 to 10 ninja scale, this is a full 10 ninja tactic.
This is cool. So imagine a map in your deal, your contract, you put it on a pin. Then you're going to go in the MLS or have an agent do it. You're going to do a radius search of half a mile or even a mile around where your deal is. Then you're going to put the filter in that says, show me all of the cash closings in the past 6 months.
Okay.
Now, what better cash buyer list could you have? Think about it.
They know the area.
It's in their market.
They've done a deal in the last 6 months.
They've done a deal in the last 6 months. They're cash.
They might have more cash.
Almost all flippers.
They might actually be done having flipped the deal and they're waiting for their next one.
All investors love to do deals in the market. They're already doing deals.
Yeah.
So when you can come and say, hey, I saw that you bought a house, a month ago next door or across the street.
Dude, freaking get me.
I got another one. Do you want it? Not only that, but you see what they bought it for. So you kind of know where they buy.
So you know their price range.
You know their neighborhood.
You know their neighborhood. So you could even go reverse. Even before you find the deal, you could even actually go and build a buyer's list. Now, when they do the search, will you be able to get their name and their phone number and things like that?
Well, it'll just have if you backdoor into public records. So you could do a little research. You're going to have to find out who that buyer was and then contact them.
Okay.
You know, but you can.
So the county records are free online. It is ridiculous what you can search. It's like you got all your underwear hanging out online. Everyone else does. No one just knows it. But when you go to the county web, like I was just there the other day, I typed in my house and everything comes up. I'm like, I feel kind of naked right now.
Everybody knows
anyone could track me down.
It's
anything,
all public information. Yeah.
So basically, if you get the list, you can track them down very easily. Yeah. And all of a sudden, it's like, hey, I got your information. I saw you did a deal on such and such address. I've got one on such and such address. It's very similar. Check out the numbers on it. Let me know if you're interested. And boom, you have a buyer.
Yeah, I'll tell you a cool story where I did this. So
that's cool.
I got this contract, and then I did this search here. And there was one buyer that had bought like 5 properties. I mean, he was on like a buying spree. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to find this guy. He's like, before he spends all his money, right? And so, but I could not track him down. So here's what I did. And this was in a rental market. So I went to one of the properties that he had bought cash. I knocked on the door. The tenant actually answered the door, and his name was Rin, R-I-N. He was a Cambodian guy. Yeah. And I said, hey, I'm looking for Rin. And he says, oh, that's my landlord. Do you want his cell phone?
Hello. Dude, that's awesome.
So I call him up. I say, hey, I got a property I'm looking to sell. It's around the corner. He said, I'll be there in 10 minutes. He meets me in 10 minutes. We sign a thing. Done. Wholesale the deal, $6,000.
Dude, that is freaking money. Dude, I had no idea I was going to be learning some really cool stuff going down here. Friends, Jerry has just broken down for you probably one of the most ninja ways I've ever heard of. There's a lot of ways to find people with money, but that's
insider secrets here.
That's an insider secret right there. That totally freaking takes the cake. Thank you so much.
It's awesome.
Hey, thank you so much for watching today. You should be a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, make sure you do subscribe. And Jerry's got one final hookup for you. If you like that ninja secret, then check this out.
Yeah, this is even better, hopefully. So I'm looking for deals, guys. I buy deals all over the country. I've got systems in place where I can buy these deals, fix them up, and then flip them. My biggest problem is I need more deals. Now, I built a nationwide referral network. What that means is people like you that can go out and find these deals, bring them to me. I'll pay you $10,000 for every deal that you bring me.
Okay, that's hot. And by the way, that's better than $6,000 that Ren paid you.
Yeah.
So dude, Mr. Moneybags over here, he's got the money, he's got it lined up, and he's gonna hook you up on your next deal. Jerry, thanks for playing today, and gang, we'll see you on the next video. Click the link in the description below, hop on the webinar. You're gonna get all the details, all the information about how Jerry can pay you $10,000 every time you find one of these deals. And after you've done a handful of them, guys, you don't have to wholesale them. You could do the deal. You might make $30,000 or $50,000 or whatever you're gonna make on the deal, but you now have multiple options of how you can find buyers, because guess what? Jerry will be your buyer.